It was my brother's birthday a few days after I got home, and there's
Ah,
nowhere we can buy cake around here. But because
okay.
sister is around, what
Uh,
sister cannot do does not exist. So let's
yeah.
make him a birthday cake. I
Wow, so
started off
lovely
with
of
adding
you.
some sugar
Uh,
and butter in a bowl. You know, the normal
uh,
process to start the batter.
uh,
And I asked him to bring firewood because we don't have an oven. We are going to be
okay.
using firewood to make this cake. My other
Improvising.
brother was also around, so we gisted while I made the cake. He told
Okay.
me he was impressed by my content creation and
Yeah.
he offered to handle the camera for me, even though it
Chaya.
was standing on a tripod. I asked him to get a closer shot of what I am doing, but tell me what is going on here. I sure had to collect it from him and get the close shot myself. I continued
Yeah.
to turn the combination of the butter and sugar
Sugar,
until it
exactly.
became very fluffy, as you can
Thank you, my
see.
dear. Yeah, I
And
can
now
see
it is
it.
time to add the eggs. I'm using 7 eggs for this cake. I put the
Uh-huh.
eggs inside a separate bowl and I
Okay.
have to whisk
Oh, yeah,
whisk
baby, yeah.
until it becomes foamy. One thing about
Ah,
me is that I am self-taught on
yeah.
many things. I taught
Chaya.
myself how to make cake, how to
Uh,
make shawarma. I make use of available resources like YouTube, Google. Why am I saying all of this? Because I do
nice.
not have an accurate measurement for all the things I used. I don't even
Yeah.
have any
Sorry.
measuring tools. I use eye
Use your
gauge. I
brain.
just know that this is not enough yet or
Is
this is enough, and it
is good.
usually works for me.
Is
So
true. Go
after
ahead,
that, I have
madam.
to mix my flour.
Ah.
Ordinarily, I call that flour because I am used to it. I
Uh-huh.
added some baking powder and a pinch of salt,
Oh, yeah,
and
baby,
then I
yeah.
turned everything together. I've
Oh,
forgotten
oh,
exactly what happened, but for
oh.
some reason, we had to go inside to
Uh-huh.
continue the mixing of this batter. From the point I
Oh,
started
Guaragotas.
adding my flour, I
Uh-huh.
started to turn in only one direction.
Oh, oh.
Professionals say this is to ensure that air is not trapped inside the batter. I added the flour
Ah.
gradually until everything is done. I like my batter to be exactly like this so that
Uh,
my cake will come out
uh,
weighty, not
uh.
so soft.
Go
That
ahead,
type that
madam.
after eating it and
In
you
the butter.
drink water, you feel like you ate
Food.
real food.
Is
We'll
true,
be
madam.
baking in a pot, and inside my pot I have some sand and
Oh,
I'm
you're
using some
cooking the
paper to
cake.
put around it. Why I add this paper is that I realized over time that it kind
Uh,
of regulates the heat and makes the cake cook evenly. When I started out at
ah.
first, when I don't add the paper, I would realize that one part has cooked, one part is burnt. But
Okay.
adding the paper
Uh,
before putting my batter
uh.
solved that problem for me. After about
Ah.
40 minutes, I opened it up and I felt it could have risen more if I didn't
Yeah.
open it. But firewood going off and on would not allow me regulate it
Is that
properly.
a
Doing
moi
this with
moi?
firewood cannot be timed the same way as oven. I'll show you my final result and I'll be decorating this
Ha!
cake in the
Chaya
next
ya from
video.
moi
Thank you for
moi.
watching.
Me